There they go. There they go. They're out of the blocks in the under 18 novice 8. Who's begun fastest? Well, Hamilton Boys High School have come out the block the best, I'd say. Hamilton Boys High School. Then you'd say probably Shirley Boys, a couple of lanes out. Early days, though, Sacred Heart still up there. St. Peter's College down there in lane number 3. Whanganui St. Paul's Collegiate in lane number 2. Out on the far side, just St. John's and Hamilton a little bit slower off the mark there. And if you want someone pushing up, it's Auckland Grammar have gone out like a bull out of a gate as well. So Auckland Grammar over there at the far side. Let's line them up as they come down. Auckland Grammar may have gone to the early lead out there, way out on the far side in lane number 7. Yeah, no doubt about it, ladies and gentlemen. Auckland Grammar have gone to the early lead. Going two lanes. You'll see it's Sacred Heart. Sacred Heart and Auckland this overshadowing slightly Hamilton Boys. Then maybe St. Paul's Collegiate down there in lane number 2. Still going, but at a hell of an early stage at this stage. And you really look at it, Sacred Heart, Auckland Grammar have really stamped their mark here early on. They're going well. They've almost put a boat length on the rest of the field here. They've got 3/4 of a boat length on the rest of the field here as Auckland Grammar. And they've pushed out right away out there in lane number 7. So obviously not the fastest qualifier. Who's poking their nose out? Well, you can just see that red boat of Hamilton Boys coming out of the pack. As you can see, Sacred Heart on their outside of them. Maybe St. Paul's Collegiate down there in lane number 2. That'd be your leading 5 or 6 boats at the moment. But Auckland Grammar, oh yes, as you'd expect, Hamilton Boys are pushing out after them now, and then you'll see the blue boat on the outside of them. That's Sacred Heart, then St. Paul's Collegiate and the Tiger Bumblebee suits down there in lane number 2. They'll be your top 4 crews at the moment. So it's Auckland Grammar, it's Hamilton Boys, Sacred Heart, down there in lane number 2, St. Paul's Collegiate are there all the way. So is lane 3, St. Peter's College from Wellington out there in lane 3. They're your top 4 or 5 crews at the moment, but my word, now I'd say Hamilton Boys and Sacred Heart. Hamilton Boys are dragging Sacred Heart back up into this, and they've probably gone up. So you give Auckland Grammar half a boat length at the moment, then Hamilton Boys, then Sacred Heart, then St. Peter's College, then St. Paul's Collegiate. That's the way they line up. That's the top 5 at the moment. I love these gutsy tactics here by Auckland Grammar on the outside. They've gone out early and say, catch me if they can, and that's exactly what Hamilton Boys are going to do. So they've still got probably a third of a boat length, Auckland Grammar, then go out to Hamilton Boys, then Sacred Heart in the middle, back into St. Peter's, back into Hamilton, St. Paul's Collegiate, then Shirley Boys in lane number 6. They're somewhere in the mixture too. But at the moment, your top 3 boats and Hamilton Boys may have taken charge here now. So they've certainly drawn level with Auckland Grammar. No, they've taken charge. Didn't take long, did it? So they've gone through the 1,000 now, gone through the 1,250 rather, and you'll see it's Hamilton Boys gone to the front now. That's Hamilton Boys. That's Ryan Campbell, Matthew Cranfield, Matthew Lahore-Helpin, Flynn Avery, Tory Van Stralen, Tom Farrar, Jax Price, Joshua Allen, Thomas Garati, Arne Hayes doing a great job keeping them level-headed here, and now Sacred Heart have moved up past Auckland Grammar into 2nd place there. So it's Hamilton Boys, and they hold half a length over Sacred Heart. Grammar is still third, but on their inside it's Shirley Boys, back into St. Peter's, back into Hamilton, St. Paul's Collegiate. That's the way they're lining up at the moment. So it's the top 3. Have Auckland Grammar done their dash? Can they hold on to that 3rd spot? They've done a good nose here. It's Hamilton Boys, half a length back, Sacred Heart, then Auckland Grammar, then St. Shirley Boys on the inside, back inside to St. Peter's College, then St. Paul's Collegiate on the inside. Great race, but Hamilton Boys are establishing their dominance here now. Hamilton Boys, they've taken out, they're nearly a half a boat length over Sacred Heart, and then they go back to Auckland Grammar on the outside. Shirley Boys trying to poke up on the inside of them. Can St. Peter's bridge the gap? St. Paul's Collegiate down on the inside. The only one you're going to say goodbye to right from the start. St. John's on the outside, but it's all Hamilton Boys at the minute. They've established a good lead here. Hamilton Boys in front. Go back to Sacred Heart, and I think who's in trouble might be Auckland Grammar, our early leaders, because on their inside you'll see it's Shirley Boys have poked their nose up right up with Auckland Grammar and looking them eye to eye here. And I tell you what, St Peter's, St Paul's down on the inside, they're going to have to get their skates on if they want to get a bit of the silverware here, because it's all St Paul's, Hamilton Boys rather, Sacred Heart, Auckland Grammar. Can they hold on? Shirley Boys are doing it. St Peter's on the inside of Hamilton Boys. That's the way they look at the moment. That's the top four. Fifth place, well, that's going to be St Paul's down here in lane number 2. But it's all Hamilton Boys. They're stretching the legs here now in this A final of the boys under 18 novice 4. They've gone out to over a length. On Sacred Heart. This is great novice rowing. Who's going to be second and third? That's the way the money's going to be. Sacred Heart looks as though they're going to roll into second here. It's Hamilton Boys out in front all the way now. Over a length on Sacred Heart. Hamilton Boys, they're coming to the line now. They're down to within the last 70 or 80 metres of the race. Hamilton Boys, they won't be touched now. Who's going to get third? This is a doozy of a race. Shirley Boys have rode over the top of Auckland Grammar, but they've got real pressure with St Peter's and St Paul's on the inside. Hamilton Boys come down to the line. They're going to win it all right and win it comfortably. Hamilton Boys go out. Hamilton Boys, they win by a length and a half. Sacred Heart, they're going to get second. Hamilton Boys go through now. Sacred Heart, they take second. But have a look. Shirley Boys on the outside. St Peter's College on the inside. Shirley Boys on the outside. St Peter's coming home well here. St Peter's, Shirley, St Peter's are going to get there. St Peter's College take the bronze medal. St Peter's take the bronze medal. Shirley Boys 4th. St Paul's Collegiate 5th. Our early leaders, Auckland Grammar, they fade to 6th now. And down here on the inside, down here at St Andrews, and then on the far side you'll see it St John's and Hamilton. Good racing there. Hamilton Boys. Oh, they're just lining up the B final here for the boys under 17 double sculls. And Tim, over the years, many years covering.
Just have to wait a second, ladies and gentlemen.
Artificial means of limiting entries, and it's pretty unique in New Zealand where our championships, both our club championships and school championships, are open entries. They're not restricted in any way.
Ladies and gentlemen, the medal presentation for the boys under 18 novice Cox 8, sponsored by Cas Design here in Cambridge, with the presentation being undertaken today by a long-standing member of Rowing New Zealand, a past president, and from Christchurch we welcome Bruce Fraser, who later on will also present the Alan Tong Cup, and I'll tell you about that as we go. In third place, and with a bronze medal, St Peter's College. In the bow, Dominic English. 2-seat, Arthur Horter. 3-seat, Luca Hayward. 4-seat, Richard Bluck. 5th seat, Leo Natai Tafo. 6th seat, Matthew Callahan. What about him, girls? 7th seat, Tom Miller. Understroke, Samuel Davidson. Cox was Ryan Patton. And the two coaches there today, Siggy Davis and Stacey Lithgow. Ladies and gentlemen, the bronze medal winners, St Peter's College.
Just move all that way, 2 seats.
Bruce will now move to the silver medal winners. Silver medal today in second place, Sacred Heart College, Auckland. In the bow, George Gripch. 2-seat, Isaac Screen. 3-seat, Malcolm Vaca. 4-seat, Patrick Spencer. 5-seat, Ferdinand Illich. 6-seat, Jared August. 7-seat, Thomas Henderson. And the stroke is Quinn O'Brien. The cocks, Massimo Nicholas. And the two hard-working coaches, Mike O'Brien and Liam Bradley. Silver medal winners, Sacred Heart College, Auckland. The gold medal winners this afternoon of this race, Hamilton Boys High. In the bow, Ryan Campbell. 2-seat, Matthew Cranefield. 3-seat, Matthew Lahore Halpin. 4-seat, Flynn Avery. 5-seat, Tori Van Stralen. 6-seat, Tom Farrar. 7-seat, Jax Price. Stroke, Joshua Allen. And the cocks is Tom Karatiana Hay. And the tall fellow next to him is the coach, Jacob Pryor. Gold medal winners, Hamilton Boys High. And while Bruce is just passing those shirts out, there is also a cup to present. This is the Alan Tong Cup. This is the first time it's being presented. Alan Tong, amongst many other rowing achievements in this country, rowed in the very first Maadi Cup in the late 1940s. Hold that cup up high, Hamilton. Hamilton Boys High, gold medal and cup winners. Hold it up, boys, right up. Hamilton Boys High.